Hi everyone, welcome to the virtual tour of the Landscape Architecture Design Studio space. So here with me, I have Tivon Kwa, who is a second year student in the Bachelor of Landscape Architecture program. And he's going to be sharing more about what this space has to offer and the features.
Hi, I'm Tivon, and over here is just my design studio where we usually collaborate and interact and play with each other. And when I say play, we mean like sort of collaborate using sketches, design developments, even 3D modeling and physical models, as you can see later on. Thank you.
Wow, Tivon, what do we have here? It looks very interesting. Do you want to share with us about it?
Yeah, totally. So this is our physical model, and it's a site analysis on a project that we'll be doing currently in our studio. And then the site is at Chong Pang, which is quite a relatively small town area in Singapore. And within this model, we try to map out the circulation around the different areas so that's to like further study how people sort of commute around the space itself. Yeah.
Wow. So what is actually around us right now? There's so many interesting pieces. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, so around our design sort of like posters, but they're essentially like a presentation board where we sort of showcase our different research analysis and we try to strive in a way that where we sort of create more of a visual analysis. So we try to use less words and more visual in sort of portraying our data analysis throughout the site. So for example, one interesting study that we found in the site was sort of like the very interesting signs that are present around Chong Pang itself. And other students also have a little bit more of like an analytical approach where there's a lot of like data and graphs. And as you can see, there are a lot of post-it notes which are featured from other students giving peer review, sort of like improvements or like even words of encouragement within each other.
Wow, where are we right now? We're surrounded by all this greenery. So Tivon, can you tell us what this place is and what you all do here?
Over here is the Nasi Ulam Garden, where it was first started by Professor Yun Hei. And in it, we sort of like have students where we sort of propagate and plant different local spices that are relevant in NUS. And within it, students also sort of come together seasonally to sort of help maybe cut down weeds or like different old plants. And then also seasonally, we will also have sort of like cooking lessons, so using all of these locally grown spices and vegetables and create sort of like food sort of to reward the students themselves. So I find it's a good combination of like practical science and with the environment. Yeah.
So can I ask you, how do you think this relates to your degree, which is landscape architecture?
I feel like learning a lot of like sustainable and green technology is very useful, especially on a more hands-on approach, which I find is very interesting. And most times we'll be cooped out in the studio, sort of like doing our models and digital renderings. So I think it's like a good contrast to sort of like get out and get our hands dirty, which is also quite fun. And it's a good opportunity to sort of like bond with your other studio mates and friends.
Thank you so much, Tivon, for the fantastic tour around the Landscape Architecture Design Studio. It's very clear that the space was designed not only to foster creativity, but also to give the tools and the environment for the students to bring their ideas to life. So with that, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.